Matt Gaetz is having a very rough day, with many people describing him as coming unglued. And I want to go through some of that, but first, I think I need to explain why. Matt Gaetz was a very divisive member of the House, but a key thing that is very important is that he had many accusations against him. Some involved him paying money to an underage girl to travel with him, to meet up with him in other states for inappropriate reasons. There were claims of parties where inappropriate actions took place. And, of course, there were accusations of members of the House that he would walk up to them and show them inappropriate photos on the House floor, to give you kind of an overall concept of the type of accusations he's facing. Now, this became an ethics investigation that spanned quite a while. And Matt Gaetz got picked to possibly be the Attorney General of the United States shortly before the possible release of the ethics report. Now, Matt Gaetz, in an attempt to stop the ethics report from being released, resigned from the House. And the House basically said, look, we don't release ethics reports when people are no longer a member of the House, which, by the way, is simply not true. It's happened multiple times in the past when it involves people that resign to try to escape a scandal. So with that being said, he was still the Attorney General pick. He withdrew from that pick. Also, he made it clear that even though he won the election for the House in 2024, he would not be sworn in for it in January. That he's just done with politics. And during this time, there was, of course, people saying they should have released the report. Matt Gaetz signed up for Cameo, where you can pay him money to say things. And then he gets a job at OAN as a reporter, a journalist, whatever. He's going to talk on OAN for money. And he got laughed at for it. Such a big fall. And then, suddenly, late last night, a surprise announcement. The House Ethics Report will, in fact, be released, possibly as early as this week. So that career at OAN might go away. So let's see how Matt Gaetz is handling this. The Biden-Garland DOJ spent years reviewing allegations that I committed various crimes. And I want to be clear, the most vocal people against Matt Gaetz, in my opinion, are fellow Republicans. He's going to spin this as a political issue. Everyone seems to hate the guy. I was charged with nothing, fully exonerated. Not even a campaign finance violation, and the people investigating me hated me. Then the very witnesses the DOJ deemed not credible were assembled by House Ethics to repeat their claims absent any cross-examination or challenge from me or my attorneys. I've had no chance to ever confront any accusers. I've never been charged. I've never been sued. Instead, House Ethics will reportedly post a report online that I have no opportunity to debate or rebut as a former member of the body. In my single days, I often sent funds to women I dated, even some I never dated, but who asked. I dated several of these women for years. I have never had sexual contact with someone under 18. Any claim that I have would be destroyed in court, which is why no such claim was ever made in court. My 80s were an era of working very hard and playing hard too. It's embarrassing, though not criminal, that I probably partied, womanized, drank, and smoked more than I should have earlier in life. I live a different life now. But at least I didn't vote for CRs that fuck over the country. And if you didn't know, the continuing resolution right now put forward by Republicans essentially completely goes against all of the demands by Elon Musk and his Doge committee. And Matt Gaetz is also trying to very, very, very much buddy up to Elon Musk right now in some of his posts. Now, some claims have also come out since his resignation about Matt Gaetz, claiming that they were able to verify payments and that he at one point was sending money through his adopted son's Nestor's account to try to hide that it was from him, possibly. I expect a lot more information will be in the verified released report. There's a lot of stuff that leaked that looked really bad, and if it's true, which if everyone kind of took it as true when it leaked from both sides, I expect it's going to be very damning. But this is not all. Matt Gaetz is already working on a possible Retribution arc. Someone suggested the following plan to me. Show up at 1/3/25 to Congress. Participate in speaker election. I was elected to the 119th Congress after all. So he is saying that he will go back on his word, possibly, and actually take the oath that day, as you can see, number 3, and become a member of the House again. He then wants to file a privileged motion to expose every Me Too settlement paid using public funds, even of former members. Resign and start my OAN program at 9 p.m. EST on January 6, 2025. So what he's suggesting is, basically, what if I expose every single settlement that they've paid, like, maybe he's saying is this him suggesting he has some settlements like this? And then it be released on January 6th. This very much reminds me of Marjorie Taylor Greene. See, Marjorie Taylor Greene, when they were talking about, I believe it was the same thing being released by Matt Gaetz, she was like, well, if we release this, what are you going to do next? We should release it for everyone then. And the entire internet, left and right, go, yes, please, release it for everyone. Why are you hiding it? Why are you part of the cover-up, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Why are you part of the cover-up, Matt Gaetz? Why is anyone in the House part of a possible big cover-up? I don't think there's anyone saying they shouldn't release these settlement payments to the public like this. Especially if public funds went to covering up settlements like this, yeah, that information should be known. The public should get to know. Left or right, the public should know. But I don't think that'll happen. For multiple reasons. I get the feeling that whatever is about to come out in that report, he is going to be too ashamed to show his face. That's my guess. That is my guess. And it would definitely boost his OAN viewership if he got it all released or tried to get it all released and then, live stream to start his career, a few days later. But we've learned when push comes to shove, Matt Gaetz repeatedly, every time with this scandal, runs. He runs away. I don't think he's going to suddenly want to answer questions and start appearing in public. I think when it's released, some people have thought maybe he'll have a public freak out on social media. I don't think he'll post. And then 48 hours later, he'll have something drafted by a lawyer where he doesn't confirm or deny anything. And then he just kind of goes dark and maybe even quits the OAN job because he doesn't need it anymore. That's my guess. That is my guess, but we're going to see how it all plays out. I was going to wait until we actually get the report to make a video, but he's having a little bit of a freak out. And I was kind of afraid that he's going to delete some of this stuff once it's out, or private his account even. So I thought I'd do a little preview video and let you know if this is something that interests you. Check the news. Could be out now.